Hi, I'm Michael Wargo, team pilot with Precision Aerobatics, and today we're going to do another requested video, and this is an addendum to my series on rolling Harriers. This is going to be how to practice the rolling Harrier. I've done a lot of videos on exactly how to make the maneuver happen. This time we're going to focus on how to practice it. Somebody wrote to me and said, you know, they got the single roll technique that I was a proponent of, and he said he's having trouble just keeping it going. So we're going to kind of show you how I approach practicing this particular maneuver. The technique that he was referring to is this. Make one roll, one complete roll and stop. Stall it, one roll and stop. And try and get that single roll technique to kind of register. You have to be in a Harrier first. Here's the Harrier. Take it into the wind, roll it once, and stop. Roll it once, a little slower, and stop. You know, left rudder, right rudder. Now, I have a couple of tricks that can help you try and perfect this technique of doing a consistent, continual rolling Harrier. Now, one of the things is, start doing them a little faster, not stalled, just like this. Just left, right, and just see how slow you can do it. That's obviously not a rolling Harrier at all, but it gets your thumb used to going right, left, or left, right, right. All I'm doing is rolling the airplane, basically, and just slow down a little bit. As I get a little slower, you can see the plane start to fall a little bit. And I'm going to give you a little trick. One of the tricks to being able to do a really good post-stall, nice, slow, high alpha, where it's kind of falling like this, where there's a lot of throttle being added. The key to this is my thumb is moving a lot. My thumb is moving hard left, hard right. In order to get yourself used to it, take a rate on your radio. Leave everything normal but the rudder, and give yourself not a lot of rudder. So, or put super amounts of expo on it, one or the other. But without a lot of rudder, going faster, like right now, it doesn't, like at this speed, it doesn't require much rudder. I'm barely moving it 1/8 of an inch. At a full rolling Harrier post-stall, like I was doing before, I was almost pegging, like this. I'm almost pegging the rudder. So, in order to get used to moving your thumb that far, take the throws, take them way down, and as you're practicing this, so you have to give it a lot of rudder to keep the nose at this angle. Because ultimately what you're looking for is control over the cadence that you're doing this. We watch the nose, roll, you know, and hit that rudder, hit that rudder, hit that rudder. Forget about the elevator for the time being, and just keep trying to use the rudder to keep that nose in position. I have seen people use the elevator a lot for rolling Harrier, like almost ignore the rudder and just use elevator. I think it looks terrible, and not only that, I think controlling the rudder is a really, really great skill. Right? Another thing that I like to suggest when you're practicing is do the rolling Harriers away from you. And as you get a little better, practice going down the runway for the first roll to see if you can keep it straight for a couple rolls. Either direction, straight down the runway, pull it, 2 rolls, 1, 2. See if you can do that. Then bump it up to 3 and try and do them in a straight line. So we've gone over how the movements are for the rolling Harrier, but this is how to practice it. If you do more than 1, 2 is a great big step. and to move that to 3 or move that to 4. Just start it rolling a little faster. When you can do maybe 4 or 5 going fairly fast, like at this pace right here, okay? You should very easily be able to do 4 or 5 if you're going a little faster. Like at this pace, 5 isn't really difficult. I'm relying mostly on the ailerons. A little bit of rudder, a little bit. And if you have to go even faster, that's fine. It's almost timing at this point rather than really watching the nose. But you got to get your thumb used to moving. Anyway, that's my advice on how to practice it. I personally think that the more you try and do it like this when it's very stalled, and even getting that 1 in, and taking that single roll and bumping that really high alpha into 2 rolls, I think that's a big step, because once you get that second roll in, you're really on your way to being able to just continue to do it. All right, so let's try the 2 rolls. Nice high alpha, there it is. We're going to roll once, twice, and stop. Eventually you'll get used to it, and eventually you'll start realizing that there's the effect of the rudder. You know, and on the other side, you know, there's the rudder. And that's going to keep the nose where it is. There's the rudder, keep the nose where it is. Rudder. And that's really all it is watching the rudder and adding exactly as much as you need, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm just adding as much rudder as I need, a little elevator, because I'm going very slow. All right. Here I'm doing it with my very big 40% aircraft. You can see how the surfaces are a bit more exaggerated. Well, here it is in very slow motion. You can see the rudder going from left to center to right to center. And then you'll see the elevator go from up elevator to down elevator alternately and relax to the center in between. You'll see I'm also pumping the throttle quite a bit. This plane right now is very low, so throttle management is critically important. As you start and you're high up, you can get away with just rudder. As you start getting lower, you'll start to have to add elevator, and then of course when you get really low, throttle becomes very important to add to this mix. Okay, we're going to demonstrate the throttle management. As you can hear, the throttle is constantly moving to maintain good altitude.